I'm always late, aren't I? Fashionably late. Always happens. I missed about 6 minutes of play, you know, we can deal with that. Now let me sort this thumbnail out. Hello 69420. Come on Frio, but we'll see how they do, you know. 7 points up for now. Right, let me change the thumbnail now. Thumbnail changed. And the background is changed. Alright, that looks better. Let me just let me just get my lighting on. Right, now, actually no, I forgot my hoodie. I'm watching the game, by the way, I've got it while I'm doing the setup of the stream. I'm so organized, me. Alrighty then. Everything all good? Yep. Everything's great. Let's do this. So I have seen that my Hawks have beaten the Lions. It's beautiful scenes of glorious emotion. I'm a big fan. Have I got a tip right? I'm curious. I must have got Adelaide. I've got one tip right so far. Oh, that is awful. at almost half the quarter. Behind Freo. Just checking the ladder to see where Brisbane are. Still fourth for now. Interesting. Alright, so Freo across the face. Richmond almost got one back. So Freo win. If I'm correct, they'll be in the 8. Yeah, they'll leapfrog the Bulldogs at least. But obviously there's games on tomorrow as well. Carlton, Essendon. Freo could potentially be 7th. Good mark. Jack Ross. Good goal. Really good goal. There you go. Richmond's first goal of the game. Probably a good time to share videos out, actually. Here come the Dockers. Yeah, that's a free kick then. There wasn't a lot of force, but he still elbowed him, so I'm sure there's a few umpires who would pay that. Then again, you know, I don't think there was, at the same time on the other hand, I don't think there was any malicious intent. What was that? Freo can be really frustrating sometimes. Just making some silly unforced errors. Not quite. Just missed. Tiger's blind. Good kick. Well, Freo had a lively start, but the Tigers have quelled that already. Was I think Cochin is the first, no, sorry, not the first, the sixth Richmond player to play 300 times for them. 5th was Revolt. It's another goal for the Tigers. Ah, Freo. This game's an opportunity. And it's an opportunity to not take it. This would be a very good win from Richmond. I know it's only early days. And there's plenty that can happen throughout this game. But if Richmond did win this, it's a pretty damn good win. Oh, nice play. No mark. Freo trying to get straight back in. Great play from Baker. No mark for the Tigers. Three minutes to go. Oh, here they come again. Oh, what's a goal? Freo have fallen asleep. The Tigers are awake. It really is a mix of the two, I think. Richmond are playing very well. But Freo are just far too sloppy. Another good play from the Tigers. They've got another mark. Again, they're playing very well. But I kind of want Freo to win. Not just because I tipped them, but also because I want them to do well. And I think they can make the 8. But they won't make the 8 with losing games like this. Here they come again. Oh, this one's a miss. This one's a miss. Could have been worse, it's not. But it's still pretty bad. They got to channel their finals game from last year. Like 40 points down and won, right? They did channel that. Black mantle over. Alright, grass 10. Let's relax a little bit. Although, right now, the three are not in the game, really. It's all Richmond. I mean, look at this play right here. It's not a goal, though. He's marked on the line. That's fine. I said look at this play, but, like, you're going to hear what I say, like, 20 seconds after. So you're going to be, like, so confused. Like, what do you mean, Davidoff? But, yeah, ever since Richmond's first goal, they've just been playing some good football. Meanwhile, three have fallen asleep. Seven seconds. Hello, Epic Indian. How you doing? There's a siren. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'm back. Yeah. Actually, I forgot to get a drink. Hang on. I'm still in the room. I'm still here. Sorry, I thought I'd quickly eat breakfast during quarter time. Thoughts on Hawks win? Oh yeah, it's I'm very happy with that. I did not expect that, so it's a great win. Welcome to the stream, James and Billy. Jackson Mark. Hello Pettis, how you doing? Jackson, no, not even close. Has it stayed in? Oh no, it's behind. Excuse me. Hello Ethan. Hawthorne game incredible. Yeah, I need to do a reaction to it, shouldn't I? Quick question about what? What's going on? I think Indian asked the question and then retracted it. I looked at the chat and it says message retracted. What was the question? F10 movie unbelievable, not what you thought. Okay. Did you like it? Time in forward half, Fremantle 90%. Right? What? Hello, MB, how you doing? Oh, go on. Go Richmond again. Frio's still asleep. Tiger's still pouncing. What is this emoji? That's milk for a baby. What else would it be? Say hi, Jaden, to your cousin. So what's your cousin's name? Why am I saying hi, Jaden, to your cousin? What's going on there? Message retracted again. Man's asking a question and retracting the message. What's going on? Man's trying to hide his tracks. Man just sent 4 bottles of baby milk in the chat and asked, what is this? Oh, what a play. What a play. That's how you get back in. There you go, Freo. Still need more, but that was something. Bit sloppy from the centre bounce. Both teams. Martin almost hit one of those crazy shots from the angle. Just a minor score. Oh, the rain is coming down. You tipped the Dockers. It's not looking good, mate. Tigers have been better generally in this game. It is raining heavily. Are either of these teams good in the rain? I would assume Freo are not good in the rain. They're not really used to this weather, are they? Are the Tigers good in the rain? We'll find out. Boy, I never loved this weather. Go Fremantle. Love how everyone's got those cloaks. I don't know what you call them, but you know, those white and yellow cloaks you put over in the rain. Maybe rain will be the reason that Freo come back. Crazy, it just randomly started, like, the floodgate just opened and randomly started just pissing it down heavily. Here come the Dockers. Freo looking a bit more alive. Play on. It's coming back. The Tigers did play on, but umpire wants to give the free kick. There was an advantage there, but yeah. Free playing well in the rain, I'm sure. I'm shocked as well. Aren't W18s meant to be bad in the rain? Go. Go Toronto! Very good for soccer finish. Tigers fans are having a great time. Love that camera just on the ground. I like that. Imagine if the AFL ball had a camera. Imagine what the footage would be like. Probably be quite disorientating if we think about it. Behind. Richmond are charging. That was great from Ross. Here come the Tigers. Martin Mark in the pocket. Martin plays on. It's touch behind. It's touch behind. It was on target. Just, wasn't high enough. Hello, Mask. At least the rain has calmed down. Good mark. Freo bad again. Yeah, goal kicking is all over the place. Richmond have played well though. Mr. Sturt. I predict he hits the post or something. It's in. Ah, good goal. Alright then. Probably the best set shot of the day. Richmond thwarted Freo again for now. Here come the Dockers. Oh, no mark. That was good play, but couldn't quite get possession. Should West Coast be disbanded? For what? because they're so bad. They've won a flag more recently than like most of the league. So if they don't deserve it, then there's a lot of teams that you can just cut off. Let's pick 10 teams and swap them with state leagues or something. Richmond stopping Freo so far. If anyone scores again in this quarter, it's Freo. Richmond doing alright though defensively. Is that deliberate? It is deliberate. Potential Freo goal. It's not an easy angle, but they've been gifted an opportunity here. It's finally out of the forward 50 of Freo. They haven't really been able to do much despite getting the ball that far forward. Who cares if they won the flag? When was the last time 2 years in a row? Yeah, but they still won a flag more recently than like 14 teams. I think I'm right there. 15 seconds. There we go. He's marked it. It's a bit far out, but it's not the worst angle. After the siren kick, they can make it 9 points. I'm not expecting him to, because you never know if Freya's goal kicking. Yeah, he's missed. It's not even a point. Alright, I'll be back. So I think Saints at 18 and give. No, what to say West Coast don't deserve to be there is like saying like that would mean there's at least 10 other teams that shouldn't be there either. So like the logic ain't there, mates. Alright, I'll be back in the second half. Oh, that's very good timing. Game just restarted. Could not have timed that any better. Hello, Lachlan, how you doing? Toronto for Brownlow. Oh, really? A title won 5 years ago holds diminishing relevance to the context of the present. Right. Sports are inherently dynamic. Revolt Mark. And the landscape can change relatively in a short span of time. Sustained success requires consistent performance and an ability to compete at the highest level. Yeah, but I could turn around and say, when was the last time... I mean, it's not... Sorry, that's the wrong wording. How many times have Carlton played finals in this century? Let's kick him out. Like, I don't see the logic, to be honest. West Coast have had 2 bad years. Oh, yeah, let's kick him out now. What's up with that? How many bad seasons did Gold Coast have before they started becoming good? But West Coast have 2 bad seasons, suddenly, oh, yeah, let's take him out of here. Let's just calm down a bit. In light of the West Coast abysmal form, departure from sporting values and diminishing relevance of their past title, a strong case can be made for the team to consider disbandment. I think you're being a bit extreme there, just a little bit. In these cases, the focus should be on identifying and addressing the underlying problems, rather than solely relying on past achievements like premierships. Right, but I don't think kicking them out is like... I'm not sure that's the solution you want, mate. In such a system, the evaluation of team performance and worthiness to remain in the league is primarily based on the recent results and ability to compete with other teams in the same tier. Again, how long were Gold Coast terrible before they were good? So then... Can't really just say, oh yeah, let's kick out West Coast. Leicester City won the title in 2016, now relegated to 2nd Division. So they should have been relegated, else should have instead of... They won a title long ago. Yeah, but that's still like... Leicester winning the league is still like a great achievement. Yeah, sure, they've gone down now, but... That doesn't diminish what they did. Because people will remember that for the rest of their lives. It would be a bit like... if Gold Coast won the flag and didn't win anything again. People still remember it. It's a little bit of a different situation, I think. West Coast, relatively, are a bigger club than Leicester are. Their form since then is not relevant. Only whether they won the title recently... another team in the league. They've had 2 awful seasons. That's not enough. People were demanding Gold Coast to be kicked out for years. People still want Carlton tossed out. So in other words, West Coast won't get kicked out then. Nobody remembers St Kilda's flag. What do you mean? A lot of people do, because they've won it once, so like it's always pointed out. Relatively, Leicester shouldn't win the league. That shouldn't happen. Like that's literally like Mission Impossible, but it happened. So like that's like a completely different thing to West Coast. West Coast is actually like, yeah, they're not as old as like a lot of the teams, especially the Victorian teams, but they've won enough flags to be considered a sizable club. Obviously, they've been awful recently, but yeah, we can't just say, oh yeah, two awful years. Let's kick West Coast out. I don't know about that one, mate. It's tradition to AFL to demand terrible underperforming teams to be thrown out of the league. Yeah, but I would argue, like with Carlton, for example, they might fail a lot, but they're entertaining. They actually another goal, Richmond. Real in trouble. I mean, I said at the first quarter. No, sorry, not the first quarter. Second quarter. That this will be a bad game for Freo, and it is. It's getting worse. How have you relative? I said Carlton generally are entertaining, and you're referring to one game against Melbourne. I'm thinking about in general. It's like when they lose, it's generally quite funny. They do contribute something even when they're not successful. Like last year, the Magpies knocking him out of the 8 in round 23. That was one of the best games of the season. Plus their rivalries with multiple teams in the league bring up some entertaining games. Yeah, sure, they're not all good. The one with Melbourne last week was awful, but sometimes teams that do nothing are fun to watch. Another goal for the Tigers. More than double. Richmond on the way. Freo need a better comeback than the one in the finals last year. Carlton win tomorrow though, easy beat Essendon. That game's 50-50 for me. But again, if that happens, that's just another reason why they should be in the league. How is a team that plays so bad beating a team that's in the 8? The unpredictability of Carlton and Essendon provides something. For the future, remember, Carlton winning that game is not an upset like the 2018 game. The 2018 game was an upset. They lost every game until that game. Every single one. How is that not an upset? Essendon lose to all bad teams. You beat North last week, so that's just something. Speaking of that, by the way, was Adelaide Brisbane any good from round 11? I've got reactions lined up. I did 4 already, but I got reactions lined up from round 11. I'm trying to find out if Adelaide Brisbane is worth it, but no one answered what I asked in the Giants Richmond reaction. I've only got one tip right, and that was Adelaide. I think that this might be my worst tipping round ever. I could still be saved by the last 3 games. Because that's even worse. I disagree. I think losing every game is worse than not losing every game, personally. I tipped North Melbourne tomorrow as well. I'm going to stick with it. I tipped North Melbourne, Essendon, and Collingwood. Could still be my worst tipping round. Revolt mark again. I'm not really surprised that Richmond are winning. Like, I could see that happening, even though I tipped Freo. I could definitely see this happening. It's just that it's not much of a contest. I overslept a little bit. I've rushed to the computer, and it's all for a blowout. Revolt behind. Okay. Could have been worse, I guess, but it's still 32 points. That's still pretty huge. Freo need to close the gap in this quarter if they want to stand a chance. At least a bit Melbourne Carlton didn't. Yeah, big win. Now, David here fancies himself as an AFL connoisseur. I don't fancy myself as anything. All I'm trying to say is, you're saying the West Coast Eagles should be kicked out of the AFL. I disagree. Just because they had 2 terrible years, I don't think we should kick them out. That's just, I don't know why that makes me a connoisseur, but you know. A team that could find success without a map, compass, and a GPS combined. All right, relax. All right, we beat the Lions today. I'm very happy. I'll be very happy with that. David, navigating through the AFL landscape was quite a challenge when your beloved Hawks are constantly lost in a maze of poor form. Just because Hawks are constantly losing, what's that correlation? How does that correlate with West Coast? Like, what's going on? It's like they've turned the art of losing into a modern masterpiece. Picasso would be proud. But hey, credit where it's due. David, unwavering loyalty to Hawthorn despite their struggles, truly admirable. Yeah, but that's me. That's just, when I pick a sports team, I stick with them. That's just, yeah. If I pick the wrong team, I pick the wrong team. But I'm staying there. It's like I've supported Arsenal since age 5, and I have seen us win 2 Premier League twice, which was nice. I was very young, but I remember. Since then, it's been a lot of failure, but I'm still here. We almost got relegated to like 3 years ago. Maybe an exaggeration, but we were in danger at one point. LA for legend, the most Freo thing, beat Sydney at SCG, smashed Geelong, and beat the D's at the MCG and lose Richmond at home. Yeah, I mean that's Freo. That is literally just Freo in a nutshell. They've been like that for years. They win games they shouldn't win, and they lose games they should win. That's the most Freo thing ever. It really is. Remember that season when they beat Collingwood at the MCG? I think that was like 2-3 years ago. They didn't have a good season that year. It's like he's the captain of supporting the struggling club. What are you talking about? I don't pick teams based on, oh, they struggle or whatever. I pick teams because I like them, then I stick with them. If they turn out to be successful, then great. If they turn out to be failing, then, well, I'll keep going. That's not some special thing. That's just, you know, that's just how I feel a team should be supported. Didn't expect Tigers Hawthorn today. You know what? David has elevated humility to an art form. Hawthorn's constant underperformance has set the bar so low that even limbo dancers struggle to keep up. I have elevated humility to an art form because I support Hawthorn. Like, what's going on? When I first started supporting Hawthorn, people were saying, "Oh, you're jumping on the bandwagon. It's because they won the 3P." And now suddenly it's I'm obsessed with humility. What's going on? Pick one. Am I a bandwagoner, or am I addicted to losing? I'm neither, by the way. I just picked them because I like them. Should have got it. Sydney won. We could have been ahead of Freo this week. Yeah, you could have, but you didn't. The thing is, though, Saints didn't even play that well. The Saints didn't even play that well. And they still won. It's funny, like, Sydney looked alright at the start of the season. Then they got smashed by Geelong again, and that just ruined them again. Mentally, it's finished them. Let's not forget the camaraderie David shares with the other fans of underdogs teams. Look, listen, rooting for the underdog is not a Davidoff thing. That's like, a lot of people like doing that. When you don't support either team, the underdog winning is like, it's a better thing to see as a neutral. If I'm watching a grand final between, I don't know, Carlton and Collingwood, I'm gonna want Carlton to win because they're the underdog. It's not because it's not a bad thing to want underdogs to win. What's going on? They formed a support group called the Optimistic Pessimists, where they gather weekly to discuss their latest heartbreaks and their knack for finding joy in the littlest of victories. I think you're going mad over the fact that all I said was the West Coast Eagles should not be kicked out of the AFL. All right, and now it's gotten to underdogs and what's going on? I may have picked the wrong team and at least I didn't pick Sydney. I would have picked Sydney if I didn't pick Hawthorn, so that's quite ironic. Better to be nowhere near it than constantly at the top and thrashed in grand finals. Alright, mate, alright. In 2019, beat everyone in the top four, yet lost everyone in the top four, in the bottom four. Oh, Freo. Yeah. I mean, that's Freo, innit? You're 1 out of 5 in tips this week. Yeah, literally, the one tip I got right is Adelaide. And I haven't got Freo right, clearly. I don't think Freo are coming back. Tigers make the 8, do I think? I don't think they will, but I'm going to check the ladder anyway, just to, like, see where they'd be. So they'd overtake Sydney, but they'd still be 6 points off the 8. I don't really see it, if I'm being honest. Let's check their fixtures, actually. They could have a nice run. St Kilda next week, they could win that. Brisbane at the Gabba after the bye round. Sydney at the MCG, West Coast away. They could beat St Kilda, Sydney and West Coast. Then they got Hawthorn. They could win all of those games except Brisbane, I think. But I don't think they made the 8. But still, that's not a bad fixture list. But after that, they got Melbourne, Western Bulldogs, Saints again, North, and Port Adelaide. I think they'll win more than half of their games left, but I don't think they make the 8. But it's not the worst fixture list, that's for sure. In 2019, beat everyone in the top 4. Oh yeah, I read that. Sorry. The Swans are trash. They don't deserve to be anywhere near the finals. They've got a list good enough, but they're just they're completely ruined now. If you had decent skills against the Saints, probably would have won. Yeah. The fact that the Eagles won a flag 5 years ago, I don't know how there they are. Richmond probably won't make the 8, although they could easily come home and finish around 10th. Or 9th again, then we can all sing the song. Richmond always do well against Brisbane and Brisbane, apart from last year's final. But I think this time Brisbane will beat them. They normally do badly against Collingwood at home, Melbourne at home. They beat both this year, so I think they'll have it this time at the Gabba. I think last year as well Melbourne smashed them, right, in round 23 or something. Then they beat Melbourne in the finals at the MCG. That was quite the game. O'Driscoll just had the worst miss of the game. He was right in front of the goal. It's not a Ted shot or anything. He's right in front of the goal. Kicks it wide. What is that? He was literally like 3 yards from the goal line. Brisbane have won the last 3 against the Tigers at the Gather. So not that well then. Might have got them confused for Melbourne. The calls for Buddy to be dropped will get louder. They're clearly a 4-goal worse side when he plays. Are they? I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't watch enough Sydney to know. Is that true or? I mean, I'd imagine like as he's getting older, he's getting slower. Not out of bounds? Apparently not. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. 36-point lead. If it wasn't already, it is now. Fremantle happy. They think it went out. I don't know. It looks like he just kept it in, but I guess you need like a bird's eye view. Seven of the last 10 goals to the Tigers. Let's see if Freya can get this in. It's a goal. Good mark as well. When he plays, they just kick it to him every time, and he's got like 3 defenders on him because everyone knows it's going to him. Then they score on a turnover. When Buddy plays, you always kick it long to him, hoping he'll take a massive just because he's Buddy, yet never eventuates to anything. Okay. I do think there's a... I mean, dropping Buddy might be a good idea based off that. But there's also a potential solution with keeping him in. You can just... They need to change the way they play to be more of a team as well, not just focus on one player. But it'd probably be just better to just bench him. I can see the point of view there. Rushed behind, 29 points. Richmond won the last game of Brisbane at Gabba. That score review had his life savings, just cheated and declared Brisbane the winner. That's why the umpire got arrested for match fixing. He didn't get arrested. What are you talking about? You what? You're trying to tell me there was actual match fixing and then nothing happened. Brisbane just went on. There would have been so many headlines about it. '69. If umpire arrested. You're telling me that an AFL goal reviewer match fixed Brisbane v Melbourne. No, sorry, Brisbane v Richmond at the Gabba in the finals last year, and nothing happened. Is that what you're saying? You're saying Brisbane were allowed to just continue to play in the finals? Well, and you're saying this same person got arrested? Okay, mate. Okay, okay. That's why I've not heard about this at all for an entire year. Of course. For the Swans, our mid-season draftee Jack Ballard kicked 4 in the VFL, which I'm sure will be better than what Buddy does for us. Ah, good goal. I don't think they'll come back, but it's a very nice goal. 24 points is better than 30. They're coming back. I don't think so. Could be wrong. What a goal. Fair play. The commentator is like a ruckman shouldn't be able to do that. Well, he's done it, mate. It's 30 points. Not allowing the Dockers a sniff. Won a 4-man arrest last month over suspicious betting activity. Last month? I thought you meant December. Allegedly leaking votes on Pacific matches this year. AFL umpire arrested over alleged suspicious betting. But this year? But like, has anyone been arrested specifically for Brisbane Richmond from 2022? That's a bloody finals game. That'd be headline news. Oh, what a goal. Best goal of the game. Comes from that five. The commentators say Freo stay alive. No, they don't. They're not getting 4 goals unanswered. It's a headline just because I refuse to look it up. Yeah, it would have been mentioned multiple times. What are you talking about? You're saying he got arrested specifically for that game? What a goal from 5. The Lions still had to score as well, so it's like... It could have been all for nothing. Like, that whole thing relied on the entire game being that close the whole game. And you're telling me he specifically match fixed it at that moment with 2 minutes to go. What if Richmond were winning by 40 points? Then nothing would have been said of it. What do I call this comment? What? Michael Waters. He's 10-0 from set shots this year, apparently. Let's see if he can be 11. Yeah, he's got it. Okay, maybe they might have a chance. Especially if they get the next goal. Better from Freo. Maybe they run that Bulldogs comeback. So he was arrested over the Brownlow medal. Right. So he wasn't arrested on Brisbane v Richmond. He just happened to be involved in that game. Just because he was involved in that game doesn't mean he also fixed that one. Behind for Freo. They came again. Not quite. It's gone from 36 to 18 points in a few minutes. And Freo are coming again. He was the umpire in Brisbane Richmond. That doesn't mean he fixed it. By that logic, we can just go back on every game that he umpired, and look at every close game that he umpired, and then be like, oh, this result happened because he did this. He ordered the score review. It was pretty close. What do you mean? You're acting like it was like bang in the middle of the posts. Here come the Tigers. A Tigers goal or no goal is important here. If they get a goal, it's definitely game over. If they don't get a goal, Freo have a small chance. 3 goals is not impossible in a quarter. It's just that Freo haven't shown in this game at all that they can do that. Because Richmond always come back from any Freo storm. Touch behind. Could be important come the end. We'll see. 19 points. Two minutes ago, I declared this game over. I declared it over in the second quarter. I didn't expect this late surge from Freo. They've randomly come out of nowhere and scored a few goals. They almost got another, but they didn't. 19 points. If they get the first goal in the next quarter, then that's pretty big. Never in the history of Fremantle overcome a margin this big after 3/4 time. So they'll have to do the impossible. They did the impossible against the Bulldogs last year. Some prices has actually been shocking. 16-3 free kicks for Freo, just mental. All that and they still lose them. The Hawthorn sport over the knack for perfectly time his predictions. Now, David has graced us with his incredible foresight, especially when it comes to assessing the comebacks of teams. What do you mean? I'm just judging it on the margin and how the game is going. Games change. Freo were 36 points down and out. Then out of nowhere, they cut the lead in half. That's not like... That's not being, smart or anything. That's just watching the game and judging by the context of it. But then this whole game, every time Freo have done well, Richmond have come back, got goals back. So, hence the reason why I didn't think they'd come back. But the last few minutes of that quarter gave me a bit more confidence in thinking, oh, maybe they can do it, but they probably won't. That fateful day when David confidently declared with absolute certainty that Fremantle had zero chance of coming back from a 5-goal deficit against Collingwood. What day is that? What are you talking about? Which game is this? The confidence in his voice, the conviction. I'm not having this from you, mate. From you. You last year. In like every finals game, every time a team got like 3 goals ahead, you were just like, oh, they're winning this game. The other team is a disgrace. You against you in the finals game last year, Fremantle Bulldogs. You're overreacting in the first quarter last year. Oh man, don't get me started. This is the most ironic thing from you. The amount of times I've seen you being like, oh, this team's a disgrace, and then they won. Mars, that's literally you as well. You switch every, like, there's so many games where you just switch. What are you talking about? So what you're telling me is, if I say, oh, 36 points, there's no comeback. 18 points, oh, there might be a chance. You're saying that that can't change. What are you talking about? If a team is 36 points down in the third quarter, you're not thinking, oh, yeah, they're coming back. Especially when they've not played well the whole game. But when they suddenly got it down to 18, suddenly your force changes. That's not specific to me. Five game of the year. How good has your POG been? The umpires are definitely free kick is fabricated. Okay. Alright, the final quarter is about to start. I'm not sure I like this song. I'm just hearing free every 2 seconds. Alright, let's have the bounce. Here come the Dockers. Good goal. 13 points. Early goal within a minute. Still plenty of time to go. You know, the ironic thing is, Mask, you're exactly like this. The amount of times you have flip-flopped with teams within the same stream. That's a throw-in, right? Yeah, I thought you gave a free for a second. That's wonderful. Mark. Amos Mark. Could still miss though, you never know. He hasn't missed, I don't think. It's a goal. 69, haha. 7 points. We've heard you're quite a passionate Dolphin supporter, but tonight we're here to discuss your favourite hobby accusing poor Mask of being the ultimate flip-flopper. You literally are, mates. There's a lot of things I forget, but there's some things I remember. And throughout the years, whenever I streamed AFL, there's plenty of times where you have said, "Oh, this team is bad. This team's gonna lose," and they've won. It's happened so many times, and yet you're accusing me, despite the fact that what I said had something plausible to it. They were 36 points down, halfway through the third quarter. Beyond that, actually, of course, like who's gonna think they're coming back? But then they cut the lead down. Suddenly they have a chance. So suddenly I'm like, of course I'm gonna. If they cut the league in like 3 minutes from 36 to 18, obviously I'm gonna start thinking, oh, they could do it now. That's a completely different thing. You just bloody flip flop. Bloody knocked him out there. Is he alright? Yeah, he'll be alright. I mean, it looks worse on some angles. It wasn't to his head. It wasn't to his head. It was sort of just, it was. It did. It did throw his headband off though. That was a mad collision. He is all right though. I think he will be all right at least. Over-analyzing fan behavior. What do you mean? So, me saying you flip-flop predictions, which you do, there's literal proof of it. That means I'm analyzing fan behavior. All right, okay, mate. I'm just judging the irony of you telling me that I change my mind constantly when you do it as well, all the time. Adapting my support to match the team's current success. What do you mean supports? That support's awful. I'm just judging the game on who I think will win. What are you talking about? We're the greatest team in the world, right? When have I ever said that? Nah, it's flip flopping, mate. Multiple perspectives is what I was doing today. Why did I say game was over? I was saying what everyone was thinking. They were 36 points down at the end, near the end of the third. No one thought they were coming back at that point, but then they started actually coming back. What they've done at the end of the game, they were not showing in the first 3 quarters. That was my point. Then they started showing it. I'm just like, okay, maybe they can do it. That's that's a different thing. All right, mate. I would say I've beaten ChatGPT at this. I've won the argument. You can't convince me otherwise. I am immense. I am legendary. Imagine an AI losing to Davidoff in an argument. That's uh, that's embarrassing. That. Yes, and I beat the AI, so that's an L. Is that a free? Oh, it's holding the ball. Okay. When he blew the whistle, I thought, oh, maybe give a free kick to Free. I didn't. Good decision. Would have been controversial if they did. Richmond haven't had a sniff yet this quarter, but I think at some point they will. They have got possession. It's like bringing a butter knife to a lightsaber fight. And the butter knife won. I defeated the AI. I'm too good. I am the greatest. I am the goat of the goat. Cling on to my delusions like a koala clings to the eucalyptus tree. Master of denial, refusing to admit defeat. What do you mean? I didn't lose. The AI lost. The AI made stupid points. So I win. I just beat an AI at an argument. That's just the future is not yet. It's not imaginary, bro. It is a W. Good defensive mark. Free are good at winning possession back right now and getting the ball back forward, but Richmond's defending is pretty good. They've not been able to get past them since the last Freo goal. I remember yesterday the Western Bulldogs kept getting it forward in the last quarter, but then Port got a goal out of nowhere and it was done. That could happen here. I do want Freo to come back, but overwhelming evidence. Now look, I beat an AI in an argument. Never thought I'd be saying that, but that's a big L. Here come the Tigers. Whoa, Dusty. It didn't mark it, but that was almost incredible. It's a free kick, Freo. Okay. For the high contact. It was on his shoulder, I guess. Revolt. See, what I suggested might happen, might have happened. Good play from the Tigers. Gets Freo a bit unlucky that slip, but good play regardless. Goal Revolts. Oh, he's missed. Oh. I actually thought he scored. He did score, just not a high score. Freo lifeline. Look, listen. I think ChatGPT is just angry that it lost to me in an argument. So now it's just making up some random essays. All I could say is big L and big W for me. That's a W. Big W. Big W. I didn't celebrate Richmond goal, mates. What do you mean? I like Freo more. I want them to win. I want them to come back, and I tipped them. So why would I celebrate Richmond scoring? What do you mean? I thought they scored and they missed. Hello, Kat, how you doing? Don't worry too much about the chat. Mask is typing questions into an AI, and he's typing what the AI is replying to me. Relying on faith, okay. No, listen. I have won the argument against this bot, okay? So it's just venting right now. How am I going? Yeah, I'm good. How are you? Looking forward to Monday? It's a big game. Huge game. Schultz, mate, you gotta mark that. Just wondering what was going on. Yeah, all these messages are from an AI. He's just copy and pasting. Big game, but I'm not confident. Yeah, fair enough. Just I've looked at the ladder and like, if you did lose that game, the margin is huge between the top two and the rest. Especially with Brisbane losing, which I'm not complaining about. Freo so close yet so far. Richmond have got a bit of control, but it's only 8 points. Wasn't 15. Ball up. Oh, now he's entered. Now the AI is talking about cats. What's going on? Oh, it's actually complimenting cat. It does sound sarcastic though, based on the exclamation marks. We win, we'll be one game behind Port and Pies, regardless, win or lose. Still finish around third on the ladder. Yeah. Freo can't get it out of their defensive 50 at the moment. Nine points. And that's thanks to Hawks winning today. You're welcome. Another win I didn't see coming. If you told me a few rounds ago that we'd beat St Kilda and Brisbane, I wouldn't believe you. It's nice to not be getting the spoon, which is looking more and more unlikely. Richmond have a kick. Freo, despite being so close, the last few minutes, Richmond have been in control, and now they've got a kick to quite possibly secure. Oh! It's been blocked. He ran into the man on the mark. It's 10 points. So nothing much has changed. Freo still need 2 goals. I choose to be rude. Who's being rude? What do you mean? I am engaging in argumentative conversation with an AI. And I won. Oh my days. How'd you miss that mark, mate? Opportunity for Freo. Oh, here we go. Hughes. Oh! He's left 2 men on the floor. Oh! He did. What? That's score review, surely. That's incredible, that. Hughes left 2 men on the floor, then kicked it. And it might be a goal, but they're score reviewing it. It might be behind. It could have hit the Richmond defender's hand and also the post as well. Or it might have just gone straight in. It could be a goal. It's hard for me to tell. Was there a spike on the ball? Where's that part of the review? I want to see that. It might be a goal. That came out of nowhere, that Freo goal. Give me... Why is there no angle from behind the goal, man? Someone needs to... Okay, I see, there's an angle now behind the goal. It's hard to tell. Insufficient evidence. It's a goal. It's a goal. It took a while, which is not surprising to me, because I couldn't tell. Because it just went like... Think about it. The post is here, Oh, it's a behind. Oh, they're giving a behind. Okay. I thought they gave a goal. It was a close call because, like, defender's hand, post, the ball goes right in between. Like, literally, like, perfectly in between. So it could have been touched. It could have hit the post. It could be neither. Either way, it's given as a behind. That would have been the goal of the game. Hughes, the way he swiveled, he left two Richmond players on the floor, then hit it from the 50 line. It was unreal. But it's a behind anyway. Best behind of the game, maybe. It's hit the post. Yeah, it might have. Maybe I need glasses because I didn't. Frederick. Bounds on the full. 4 minutes to go. Freo still need 2 goals. Cat, you must make sure David gets a ticket. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure, mate. Can we just relax? But yeah, I'll be in Australia for week 1, so we'll worry about that when the final ladder is shown in round 24. My prediction is there'll be 3 Melbourne finals and 1 final at the Adelaide Oval. I'm fairly confident on Port getting top 2. Could be wrong. In before they finish 3rd and every final's in Melbourne, which I wouldn't mind. Who do I think wins this? That's a good question, Luke. I'm going to stick with Richmond. And I tip Freo. I prefer Freo. I want Freo to do it. But I'm going to say Richmond. Freo need 2 goals in 3 minutes. Frederick. Oh, good pressure, but not quite. I doubt Melbourne will not make fun. What are you talking about? I'm not doubting Melbourne. I'm not doubting anything. I'm just saying, just relax a little bit. We don't need to worry about final stickers just yet. Let's wait until it's announced, and then I'll take whatever ticket I can get. Freo can't score at the best of times. Look, towards Richmond mark, towards the end of the 3rd quarter, when they cut it from almost 40 points to 18, and also a lot of this quarter as well. If they'd shown more of this fight the rest of the game, maybe they might have won. I think Freo were just not good enough for the whole first half and for like half the 3rd quarter. And ultimately, to me, that's where they've lost. Richmond did play well, especially in the first half, but still. Freo were very sloppy, goal kicking was terrible. A lot of errors, I think, led to them being down in the first place. They have turned it from a comfortable Richmond win to a close one, but it's too little too late. 97 seconds left. Richmond in possession. Entertaining ending, though. Would love to catch up. Yeah, that would be great. I'm coming... so I'll be there for week 1. But before then, I'll be exploring a couple other states. And then, yeah, hopefully I can get a ticket for, like, at least 1 game. and then that'd be enough. Really, Mark? It is game over. He's taking the 30 seconds. Doesn't even need to, really. Freo need 2 goals. It's a mark. Bolton mark. Fair enough. Well, I think, yeah, the siren's gonna go. So I have to get online at the right time to get a ticket before they sell out. Need to be awake, ready to click at the exact time. I mean, hopefully it doesn't go on sale when I'm on the plane. Bolton behind. Oh, take it again. It's gonna take it again. Okay. Best chance to get a priority 2 membership for one of the teams making the finals. I'll look into that. But you're literally like just after round 24 ends, I'm flying to Australia. So there we go. 15 points. 5 seconds to go. This time when I'm in Australia. Yep. Was a good mark from Bolton too. If it obviously would have started by then too. Oh, interesting. There we go. Richmond win. How long am I there for? Just under 2 weeks. So I'll be like just after week 1. I'll be flying back to England. So before then, I'll be going somewhere else, and then I'll be flying in. I got a flight booked to Melbourne on the Thursday, and I've got a hotel booked, but it's refundable. I've not paid. It's like one of those things where you pay when you get there, so I can cancel it any time. So like if there's a game in, I mean there won't be a game in Sydney, but if there's a game in like, if it's Port Adelaide on Thursday night and they're at home, then potentially I could fly out to Adelaide. But that's just like, I'm just thinking about it. But it's got to depend on tickets and fixtures and whatever. But at the moment, I got a flight into Melbourne on the Thursday, and then we'll see what happens. I can see it's first AFW Hawks game. Yeah, that can be done. What date? So in terms of finals week, I'm in Melbourne on Thursday. Thursday morning, I think I'm arriving, and then I'm going home after the finals. No, after the finals week 1. Sorry. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. I can stay on for a few more minutes. But thanks for watching. I'm going to go through the whole chat. 69 420, Grass 10, Epic Indian, James, Billy, Playlist Guy, Ethan, Cat, Mask, Hados, that rhymes with Kados, Lachlan, did I mention Ethan? I think I did, but thanks Ethan. Christian Petrol. What sort of name is that? AFL legend. Where's Christian Diesel? I know I'm terrible at comedy. I think that's everyone in the chat. and Luke as well, and the playlist guy if I didn't mention him. But yeah, and obviously not everyone comments, so thanks to everyone for watching. I appreciate it. He was about to say finals go for 4 weeks. Yeah, no, I'm just there for week one. Essentially, the idea was I wanted to experience finals at least once, and the grand final is not guaranteed. That's the least guaranteed game. It's possible. There's another YouTuber from England. I forgot his name already, but the Sydney Swans fan. He went to grand final last year. He didn't have a ticket until like the day before. So like it is doable, but like I don't want to take too much of a risk. I just thought, hey, week one, there's 4 games. Higher chance of seeing a finals game. So that was my thinking on that's why I picked week one specifically. If I thought I could get grand final ticket, I probably would have tried that, but I just wanted a guaranteed finals game. It's not really guaranteed though, so but we'll see. Yeah, Rob reacts. Yeah, there you go. He did not have a ticket until like what? I don't know when he got it. Maybe day before, day of the game. So like it's possible, but yeah, I just thought, okay, week one is more likely. So we should catch up. Yeah, I'll definitely have time. That was a clear goal to Hughes. Oh, was it? I don't think it was clear. It could have been a goal, sure, but like literally defender's hand post, the ball was like right through the middle. So like it could have touched either one. But yeah. What's happened has happened. But yeah, the ideal scenario for me is that every final's in Melbourne. But I think, wait, let me look at the ladder for a second. Because, like, Port could lose a few games and Melbourne could finish second, so, that could happen. So, yeah, Collingwood, Port, Melbourne, Brisbane, I think will all make it. Then, you're flip-flopping between Saints, Adelaide, Essendon, Western Bulldogs, Geelong, Freo. Any of those could make it. I don't think the Suns or Tigers will, but you never know. But more likely than not, there'll be at least 2 Melbourne finals, probably 3. Especially if Adelaide drop down. Maybe Adelaide might not make it, to be fair. So, yeah, it's possibly. I mean, Brisbane are there, but like, there could be a Gabba final if Brisbane drop down to 5th or 6th. We'll see. But I want to try and at least get 1 ticket, and I'll be content with that. Like I heard some crazy things. Like you were more likely to get a ticket for Geelong Brisbane last year in the prelim than the semi-final for Geelong. So yeah, was it? No, it wasn't Geelong semi. Sorry, Geelong went in the semi-final. I think I meant Melbourne Brisbane. Was it Melbourne Brisbane? No, the other semi. Collingwood semi. I mean. You still doubt it'd been enough for a 3-0 win? Yeah, it might not have been enough, but it would have been interesting with the margin that close. If Freo had played well in the first 3 quarters, they wouldn't rely on dodgy score reviews. Yeah, I mean Richmond were better for most of the game, so that's ultimately where the game was won. So yeah, Bumnock Clay won't be playing on Monday. Monday's a big game. I wish I could watch it live, but like 6:20 a.m. is so early. But hopefully tomorrow, 10:15 a.m. Essendon and Carlton. That's a big game. We shall see. So expect a reaction to Hawks Brisbane because Hawthorn won, so why not? This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and goodbye.